Hi YouTube family, welcome back to Shaman's Kitchen. How is everybody doing? Yesterday we had some heavy downpour of rain. Some places in Toronto was flood, some highways was shut off and flood as well. I am happy that we didn't have that in our area, but it was very heavy rain for half of the day. So today it seems nice. The sun was out all day, but I don't know what it looks like for later, because for the past 2 weeks we've been having a little bit of rain, then sunshine, or a little bit of sunshine in the morning and then rain in the afternoon. So it's a mix of sun and rain. I don't mind, but I want to share a recipe with you all today. And for this recipe, we surely need some sunshine. So I'm in the backyard and it is nice. And I feel like making some coconut choka. And this need open fire. The last time I made it from scratch was last summer when I visited Guyana. And I made it on my mom's fireside. And I grind it on her sill. Unfortunately, I don't have a sill. But I'm gonna show you guys how you can prepare this if you don't have a sill. So let's get down to business. I see that the cloud is looking a little bit gray, so I'm gonna try to beat the rain if it's coming down today. And I'm gonna hurry up. I'm gonna roast my coconut on open fire, and I can always finish it inside. Let's go. So before we break this coconut to roast it, this is what we do. I put a hole on the top. I just put a straw in there and I'm gonna drink the water. And the water is sweet. When the water is sweet, you know that it's gonna make a delicious coconut choka, or any dish that you're adding it to. If the water is sweet, it will be a good one. If the water is sour, then don't add it. You're gonna ruin your dish. So now this is how I break a coconut. You gotta get something real heavy, and then you have to really pound on the coconut like this. So look how beautiful this one is. And we're gonna put it just as it is on the fire and let it roast up so this coconut can get that nice smoky flavor. Let's go. So we're gonna light up the fire before this rain come down and roast our coconut quickly. I really love cooking on the charcoal. I enjoy doing this the last time, and now I can't wait to do more charcoal cooking outside. The smell and everything reminds me so much of back home. So the fire started. We're gonna put our coconut up there and start the roasting process. So coconut is going on to the roasting. Whenever I use coconut to cook anything, I keep the shells because they make a good fire when you're using your charcoal outdoor barbecue or whatever, or they make a good fire. So I keep some of my shells, and that will help me to keep this fire going. So the fire is going like crazy right now with those shells. And I added 2 sweet potatoes on the grill. My husband loves roasted sweet potatoes. And if we have more fire, when I finish here, I'm gonna be roasting some other stuff. My coconut is roasted well. If it's not roasted well, it wouldn't have that nice flavor. I'm gonna remove them from the shells, and then I'll cut out or scrape out the really dark ones. But I know this is gonna be a good one, because the darker it is, the more flavorful it's gonna be. I was hoping that my husband would reach home and I finish. I asked him to buy another coconut. I want to make a big batch and leave it. It's always nice to have. So let me see, he's supposed to be home anytime. But in the meantime, let me show you guys around the garden. So today I'm making dal and rice and coconut choka, some fried okra, and I believe I'm gonna pick some of my poi bhaji to add to this meal. Check out my cucumber from the last time, guys. Check that guy out, how big it is. It still needs to grow a little bit more, so I'm keeping my eyes on it. And then there's one right here. This one is curving around. They grow in different shape and size. There's this one here. There is another one right here, and there's some small one all around. But that's how big the cucumber has grown since then. And I'm gonna show you guys the improvement of our tomatoes. So my herb area is always doing nice. Since we had so much rain yesterday, they're very happy. Even the strawberry leaves are very nice and broad. They love the water, and my tomatoes are getting there. My tomatoes are growing nicely, and even my arrow leaves. Look how beautiful my arrow leaves are. So nice. The more water I get in this garden, or more rain, the nicer my arrow leaves are going. Look how beautiful. So look how many small ones. Oh my gosh. This is one more here. And this is another one here. Wow. I'm having more than I expect, and I'm happy. Every time I come to my garden, I find something new. I'm gonna pick these poi bhaji, or this Malabar spinach. I'm gonna cut off all the running stem because I think that's stopping it from spreading out, and see how that works. And then our squash has grown. Look at that. Really nice and big. I'm just waiting to see flowers. The same is growing too. It's almost at the top here now, this one. And then this one is coming up nicely to reach it up. And then this one, this is another stem getting close to that long one. And my corilla is just spreading out. I'm just now waiting to see if there's any little corilla. Every day I come out to check it. And my okra update, there's a nice size okra on there. Nice size of okra on the plant. And my black-eyed Susan, they're striving, and I think I'm gonna go in and start working on these. If I become home in time with more coconut, I can still relight the fire and keep going. But the sun hold up for me until I was able to roast my coconut. Can't wait to dig in for this dinner today. So now what we do is just put the coconut in some water, scrape off the heavy brown part like this. You can see how easy it's coming off, but you need to have that charred edges. You need to have that beautiful nice brown finish, because that's what's gonna give it that unique roasting flavor. So see how I did this one? The inside is nice and white, and the back I removed the heavy charredness, so you have that nice beautiful mild roasting brown on the outside. And that's what I'm gonna do for these ones. But when I'm done with it, oh my god, it's gonna be so good. This is how I know my mom always make hers, and it always comes out really, really nice and flavorful. So I ended up roasting 3 coconut instead of 1. My husband came home and I was able to roast 2 additional ones, because I'm gonna leave some of the coconut choka in my freezer, and every time I cook dal, I can dig out a little piece to eat with my dal. It's something that I really enjoy, and I know my family will enjoy a little bit with their dal and rice as well. So let's get down to the next process for this coconut choka. And I have some garlic here, and coconut choka needs lots of garlic. I'm only adding garlic, pepper, and salt to this. So it's a 4 ingredients recipe. And once you have enough garlic in there, it's gonna have the perfect flavor you're looking for. I have 3 coconut like I mentioned before, and I did 1.5 bulb of garlic, and I'm doing 1 large pepper and 1 mariri pepper. I just called my mom to ask her the correct amount of garlic and pepper. So mom, I know you're gonna watch this video when I post it. Big shout out to you and thank you so much for guiding me to make this. My mom makes the best and she have a sill to grind hers on. So guys, as I'm going along, I chopped up some of the coconut into small pieces. I'm using my Ninja blender to grind this coconut as finely as can be. So while I'm adding pieces of coconut, I'm adding some garlic so it's mixing together. I'm gonna add the pepper at the end and a little bit of salt, and I will show you guys the texture when I'm done. So here you go. I'm gonna add some of the coconut pieces. In goes some garlic. So we're really mixing everything well, and then I'm gonna start my blender and blend as fine as I can. This batch was done by the blender, but I'm gonna show you that you can also do this in a food processor as well. So far I have tested the blender, food processor, and NutriBullet, and they all work for me. If you have one of those mill that we use back home to grind dal for dal puri, I believe that can do the job as well, but I never tried before. It's not as fine as I want it to be, like my mom's sill and Laura would grind it, but the flavor is on point. So I'm waiting. My husband is actually helping me for him to finish grind. You can grind as fine as you want. I'm gonna settle for this fineness, and I already have 5 big balls. I think I'm gonna get another 5 from this batch here, but I'll let you guys know once we're done. My mom always say if you're able to roll them, they grind fine enough, but I know she always grind hers finer than this. Along with the coconut choka, we're gonna complement the dal and rice with some pumpkin and some okra, just so we can have some nice colors, texture, and some different flavor of vegetable in there. I'm gonna plate up soon and let you all know how this tastes. And here is my beautiful coconut choka, all done well. I've tasted bits and pieces here and there, and it is on point. It's not as fine as a sill can grind it, but the flavor is rich with that garlic and pepper and the salt. You don't need much for this, but that's what I know that my mom always add to ours, and it have that beautiful, beautiful flavor. So I'm gonna plate up and let you all know how this tastes. And here is my fully loaded plate with the coconut choka, fried okra, pumpkin, and some mango achar. I have some cucumbers to back it up here, and the dal and everything is hot off the stove. Tell me if you guys are not hungry after you see this. So I'm gonna dive in here, but I have to go in with my fingers, so stay tuned for the taste testing. I have a fully loaded plate, not only my coconut choka, but I have some other vegetable and achar to complement this meal. It goes very nice with dal, and sometimes I like to have it with some hot rice on its own. This is the main recipe today, so I'm gonna take a little bit and mix it up with some rice, just like that on its own, without any dal or anything. Sometimes I like it just like this with a lot of pepper. So this mouthful goes to all the viewers. It's such a good feeling when you make it on your own, and it's something you don't get to make every day. That's why I made so much, but let me tell you, the flavor is just coming through. The garlic, the pepper, and that beautiful coconut flavor. Oh my God. And coconut is good for us. Garlic is good for us. You can't go wrong. So my all-time combination for this is to have it with some dal. So I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna add some. I have my nice big ball here. And for all those who didn't have it for a long time, I'm taking a mouthful for you all too. So some with dal, and the dal is hot. Cheers. And you guys already know what that tastes like. Perfect marriage. So the next mouthful is gonna be a little bit of everything. Pumpkin, okra, and my coconut choka. When you're eating this, you wanna have a lot. You see I have a whole big ball here. You don't wanna have a little bit. But when I have a little bit, I always pinch it to let it last me for a while. And then I'm gonna go in with some of that mango achar. Everything here is made in Charmaine's kitchen. And this mouthful is the perfect mouthful with everything in there. So, cheers guys. With the achar, pumpkin and okra. Guys, my mouth is happy. There's a party going on here. So please remember, if you don't have a blender, like a heavy duty blender, you can do it in a food processor, but you have to grind it a few times before you get it to the consistency that you want. I do believe that it can also be grind on a mill, a back home mill, those hand mill that you grind your dal with for dal puri. I do believe that can do a good grind too. And I did it in my NutriBullet before, and it did came out well. All those different gadgets you can use to make the coconut choka, because most of us don't have a sill to grind it on, but we can't depart from these beautiful traditional recipes. So we gotta find ways how to get to them, right? So take care, God bless. I'm gonna enjoy this food. Bye for now.